All right, we're live.
We're live. This is Mayor Marvin Natus. Due to public health and safety concerns related to the COVID-19 pandemic and pursuant to the governor's executive orders, including without limitation orders 202-.1, 202.10, 202.15, and 202.38, this meeting of the Village of North Hills Board of Trustees is not being held in person. The board is meeting by teleconference. The meeting will be recorded and a transcription will be provided at a later date. The public has the opportunity to hear the meeting live on the Village of North Hills YouTube channel. The link to the YouTube channel can be found on the homepage of the village website, www.villagenorthhills.com. Recording of the meeting audio will also be available at the same link. If any interested members of the public would like to provide comments on an agenda item or public hearing, comments can be provided through the written chat section on our YouTube channel. Comments may also be provided via email during the meeting to villageadministrator@villagenorthhills.com. The clerk will now call the roll for attendance at this meeting by members of the board and relevant village staff.
Village Administrator Lobacaro here. Mayor Natus.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Scambati.
Here.
Trustee Lentini. Here. Trustee Arnold.
Here.
Trustee Cohen. Here. Yes, the quorum of the board is in attendance and we can begin the business of the meeting.
Thank you. The opening statement. Our next, let me just say that I'd like everyone to please rise in your present position, and Marianne Lobacaro will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America,
To the
to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with
liberty
liberty
and justice for all.
Thank you. The next meeting of the Board of Trustees will be July 15th, 2020 at 7:30 p.m. The time and place will be announced on the village website. This is Mayor Natus again, and I'm going to ask if there are any additions or corrections to the minutes of May 20th, 2020.
This is Trustee Cohen. I have an addition to the minutes. On page 4, first paragraph with regard to the request from the Great Neck North Shore Cable Commission, I'd like to add to the last line, as it's allocated share of legal expenses, I'd like to add for negotiating the Verizon and Altice franchise agreement. That's it.
May I ask a question about that? Because I'm not sure that the money is so limited. I think it's for legal expenses that the commission has incurred for that and for other matters.
Was my understanding, Tom, that it was specifically for negotiating the franchise agreement. That's why they needed more money. I can, if you continue, I can look up the paperwork from the last meeting.
This is Mayor Natus. It's not, this is Mayor Natus. I don't think it's important. We know it's for legal fees, whether it's specifically for a particular issue or for a number of issues. really shouldn't make any difference. We've already paid our fair share of those legal fees. So regardless of what,
My point was, I think it's part of the general budget. It's not just legal fees. Legal fees were the largest expense, but I think that the request covered their general budget.
that's why we left it without being specific in the minutes.
Yeah.
Will Trustee Cohen accept no change?
I will accept no change.
Thank you. Then are there any other additions or corrections to the minutes from May 20th, 2020? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as circulated.
Deputy Mayor Dennis Gambatti, I make a motion to accept the minutes of May 20th, 2020.
Trustee Arnold, I second that motion.
Thank you both. All in favor?
Madam, I'm going to take, this is Village Administrator Lobacaro. I'm going to take a roll call on this motion. Mayor Natus,
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Aye.
Trustee Lentini. Aye. Trustee Arnold,
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstention. The motion is adopted.
Thank you. This is Mayor Natus again. There were 2 items on for public hearing this evening, both of which have been adjourned. There was a motion to adjourn to July 15th, 2020, case number 20-01, RB, which is the application of RXR North Hills Phase 1 owners, LLC, and the residences at North Hills HOA, 626 RXR Plaza, Uniondale, New York, 11556, pursuant to Village Code Section 179-79, to release performance bonds. The premises are known as Yes?
I'm sorry, the village attorney, I think we had circulated a resolution for the board. The motion has not yet been made, but I would ask for a motion to adopt the resolution that was circulated to adjourn the 2 public hearings to July 15th. I don't think there's a need to read all the detail.
I have no problem with that. This is Mayor Natus. I'll entertain a motion pursuant to the resolution that was circulated to adjourn to July 15th, 2020, both matters that are on for public hearing. One is case 20-01RB, and the other is case number 18-01BT.
Deputy Mayor Dennis Gambatti, a motion to adjourn both public hearings, as mentioned by the Mayor Natus.
I would ask that
Trustee Arnold, I second that.
Pursuant to the resolution that was circulated, this is Mayor Natus, and in accordance with Mr. Levin's request, the motions will be to adjourn pursuant to the resolution that was circulated. Now, is there a motion? I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Deputy Mayor Dennis Gambatti, I second the motion.
Would you please call the roll?
Yes, Village Administrator Lobacaro, Mayor Natus,
In favor?
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
In favor.
Trustee Lentini. In favor. Trustee Arnold,
In favor.
Trustee Cohen.
In favor.
There are 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstentions. The motion is adopted.
This is Mayor Natus again. I thank you all. Now, item number 6 on our agenda, Finance and Operations, with the Mary Ann Lobacaro, please read the treasurer's report of May 2020.
In checking account, $7,333,272.26. Repair
Is that
reserve,
excuse me, is that 7,335,880.33?
I read the balance at the end of the month, so that would be the middle one I read. That's the balance, not per the bank statement, but the actual balance at the balance at the end of the month, which is
Okay,
so $7,330,272.26. Repair reserve
you.
funds of $726,341.97. Park and recreation, $1,015,125.21. Capital reserve, village hall, $257,323.02. Trust and agency checking, $1,414.18. Special escrow, $83,037.58. Community amenities, $37,096,540.16.
this is Mayor Natus again. Are there any questions in connection with the treasurer's report? If not, this is Mayor Natus. I'll entertain a motion to approve the treasurer's report as read.
I make that motion. This is Trustee Cohen.
I second that motion,
Mayor
Trustee Arnold.
Trustee Arnold seconds. Okay, Trustee Cohen made the motion. Trustee Arnold seconds. This is Mayor Natus again. Mary Ann Lobacaro, would you please poll the board?
Yes, this is Village Administrator Lobacaro. Mayor Natus.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati.
Aye.
Trustee Lentini.
Aye.
Trustee Arnold.
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstentions. The motion is adopted.
Thank you. Mayor Natus is speaking again. The next item is the transfer of appropriations, general fund reimbursement. There are transfers pursuant to the memo dated June 11, 2020 from the Village Administrator, Mary Ann C. Lobacaro. Mary Ann, I have a question. It's Mayor Natus. Where did the dollar come from contingency to mayor personnel services?
You were over by 4 cents, so I just rounded it up. I guess it's a rounding thing. So the auditors always ask me to make sure that everything is funded, even if it's only a couple of cents. So it was 5 cents, and I just made it $1. So.
Thank you. So that's the $1 that from contingency to mayor personnel. Then there's $210 from contingency to law personnel services. And let's take those two first. I'll entertain a motion to approve the transfer of appropriations as just recited.
Deputy Mayor Dennis Scambati, I make that motion.
Thank you. Is there a second? This is Mayor Natus asking for a second.
This is Trustee Cohen. I second.
Village
I'll take a poll of the
Administrator, would you
roll.
please poll the board?
Administrator Lobacaro here. Mayor Natus.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati.
Aye.
Trustee Lentini.
Aye.
Trustee Arnold.
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstentions. The motion is adopted.
This is Mayor Natus. Thank you. The next transfer would be $1,786.84 from the Community Amenities Fund to the General Fund, and that's in connection with the railroad ties for the shuttle parking lot. I'll entertain a motion to approve that transfer.
This is
Deputy Mayor Dennis
Trustee
Scambati. Go ahead, Phyllis.
Trustee
Lentini is making the motion. Trustee Lentini made the motion. This is Mayor Natus. Is there a second?
Trustee Arnold, I second.
Trustee Arnold seconds. Please poll the board.
Yes, Village Administrator Lobacaro, Mayor Natus,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Yes.
Trustee Lentini? Yes. Trustee Arnold?
Yes.
Trustee Cohen? Trustee Cohen?
Aye.
There are 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstentions. The motion is adopted.
Item 6C, thank you all. Item 6C, the payment of claims, the general fund warrant 06/20. Please note that there are basically 2 warrants. The first portion of the warrant contains invoices for the fiscal year 2019/2020. And the second portion contains invoices for the fiscal year 2020/2021. The breakdown is in the memorandum from Wendy Russo, the deputy clerk. The total for the fiscal year 2020 is $70,720, and the total for the fiscal year 2021 is $59,610.89. So the total of the warrant for both fiscal years is $130,331.11. Mayor Natus is now asking if anyone has any questions in connection with the warrants that were previously circulated to all of the trustees.
I have a comment. This is Trustee Cohen. On the memorandum, there seems to be a typo. I believe the total warrant would be $130,331.89, not 11 cents.
Oh, you know what? It's 20, it should be $7,720.22.
Correct.
Sorry, the total for fiscal year 2020 is $70,720.22.
And that adds up to the $130,331.11.
Thank you.
Trustee Lentini, I'm just, the vendor PERMA, we have, on page 3 of the 2019-2020.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So that was, I don't know, what is PERMA?
PERMA is our permit.
What?
Our permit is our workers' compensation carrier, and they enable the village to purchase personal protective equipment through them at a substantial discount.
Oh, all right.
Pursuant to the governor's order, I need to supply the employees here with masks. So yes, that's what that is.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Mayor Natus again, are there any other questions in connection with the warrants? There being none, the mayor is now requesting a motion to approve the warrant for 2020 and 2021. So the total would be $130,331.11. Is there a motion to approve the warrants?
This is Trustee Cohen. I make the motion to approve both warrants.
Is there a
Trustee
second?
Arnold, I second that motion.
Okay, there's a motion. This is Mayor Natus. The motion has been made and seconded. Mary Ann Lobacaro, the village administrator, would you please poll the board?
Yes, this is Administrator Lobacaro. Mayor Natus.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati.
Aye.
Trustee Lentini.
Aye.
Trustee Arnold.
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstentions. The motion is adopted.
Thank you. I'm going to jump to unfinished business. This is Mayor Natus again. 8A. This is DT-XS, Roman numeral 3, -IS, LLC, bond release application. There is a memorandum from Mr. Levin. This is the application to, this was a continued application, was it not, Mr. Levin?
Yes, Mayor, this was an application on which the board held and concluded a public hearing and reserved decision. At the time that we had the public hearing, it was apparent that some of the bonded work had not been done, and the board gave the applicant a reasonable time to get that work done or give the board a plan for remediation of the deficiencies, after which the board would make a decision on the request to release the bonds. In the end, it turned out we did not get the remediation plan. Perhaps Mr. Cinquemani can give us the details of that and where this stands at the present time. But the board may want to act on this tonight and perhaps deny the application without prejudice to the applicant making it again when they had the work done. But I've let Mr. Cinquemani first give you the facts.
This is Superintendent Cinquemani. So in this case, they kind of got hit with the COVID situation happening and Nassau County not allowing them to do the planting. And then when they were in fact ready to try to do the planting, the engineer for the tenant is saying that there's issues with the land there and the drainage. And they're proposing a new application for drainage to try to remediate that issue. And they're trying to do some testing of the soil because they've explained to me that they've replaced the trees in question that are dead multiple times and they keep dying. So at this point, they haven't replaced the trees and they haven't given us a new application for the drainage or the remediation of the soil there. So really no action technically has been taken at this time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cinquemani. This is Mayor Natus. Under the circumstances, I would respectfully make a motion that we deny at this time without prejudice the application to release the bond. Is there a second?
Deputy Mayor Dennis Gambatti, I second the mayor's motion.
Mary Ann Lovacara, would you please poll the board?
Yes, this is Administrator Lovacara. Mayor Natus,
Yes, in favor of the motion.
Deputy Mayor Scambati,
Yes.
Trustee Lentini,
Yes.
Trustee Arnold,
Yes.
Trustee Cohen.
Yes.
There are 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstentions. The motion is adopted.
This is Mayor Natus. I thank you all. The first item on the new business, item number 9, the opening of Village Hall. We've been open, but at this point, we're talking about opening to the public. Village Administrator, would you please fill us in on the status of the opening of Village Hall?
Yes, so we have, pursuant to the governor's plan, I have a safety plan, a written safety plan that I'm supposed to have in place. I have secured PPE. We have a cleaning schedule and a cleaning log. We have the barriers up at the Village Hall. We have distancing markers. We have signage up indicating that if you are not feeling well, do not enter Village Hall, and that you must wear a mask. So I think the staff has worked very hard. We maintain social distance within the office. We're very fortunate that we have a spacious office. If we are not, we wear a mask. All of the common areas are wiped down. The copy machine, the phone, the postal machine. So everybody here is on board. I don't know, Peter, did you have anything to add on that?
No, I think you've covered everything. We've been maintaining, when we have residents come in one at a time in each of the areas here for the building department or for the clerk's area or the court. And as Marianne said, we have the markers outside, so if anybody's waiting, they can socially distance. And we've been keeping logs of everybody who comes in and out for contact tracing. So we've been very careful, and we continue to do so.
Right, we have the buzzer system in place here. We have an outside door that's open and an inside door that's locked, so it's a case-by-case basis.
Excellent. And I think that this is Mayor Natus again. I'm here every day. Those plexiglass shields, I assume, have been working well. Marianne?
Yes. So what happens is we have our counters are a little more than 3 feet, and then we have a plexiglass shield on top of the counter, and then we have tables in front of the counter. So it is approximately a 6-foot distance, even. And then in addition, we have the plexiglass shields. And Peter, the dimensions of those shields are 4 foot wide by 3 feet tall?
Yes, they're approximately 4 foot wide by 3 feet tall. They allow us a little bit of space on either side of the counter for passing of papers. There's a gap underneath for small papers. In the building department, we do pass, large sets of plans or folders, and, they just come around the side, and, we still are able to maintain distance while doing that. And everyone that's come in has felt pretty comfortable and, has commented how well we're doing on maintaining the social distance. We also provide hand sanitizer at each of the stations for people that come in, for any of the residents, so they can hand sanitize before and after the transaction.
Yes, everyone has hand sanitizer at their desk, and we have it on both sides of the counter. We have pens for the public to use. Everybody, yes, as Peter said, people are coming in, and the few who have come in are comfortable with what we've done to ensure both their safety and our safety.
Mayor Natus, again, that's wonderful. I thank you both for all of your efforts, and the staff and their conscientious effort to stay safe and to keep our residents and the public safe. The next item for under new business, and I think you've all received a memorandum from Mr. Cinquemani with regard to the sprinkler head replacements. And perhaps if you have any questions, I think the village administrator and Mr. Cinquemani think it's a question of safety. However, he's now found out that the quote from the company that services our sprinkler system, and he's worked out a reduced price from $34,904.56 down to $26,731.41. They are on state contract. So, Peter, if you want to fill us in on that, I'm happy to hear it. So I'll recognize our building superintendent.
This is Superintendent Cinquemani again. So our sprinkler heads, they had a recall on them, so they need to be replaced. Due to the age of the sprinkler heads, the recall period has ended, so we have to pay to replace the sprinkler heads and do the work. The original cost that Johnson Controls had quoted us was $34,904.56. I did a little research. I looked through their the quote and found some things that they were charging us for that we had actually done back in 2013. And because Marianne keeps meticulous records, I was able to go through, find the work that had already been done, and we had record of all the size of the sprinkler heads. So we were able to reduce the cost significantly by not having them have to do that again. And also, when we went back, they reduced it further on the labor and material costs. So we did get a second price of $26,731 and 41 cents, which was much reduced from the first quote we had. And like the mayor said, it is a life safety issue, and because it's on state contract, I think this is something that we should probably take care of rather quickly, rather than holding off on this.
Hey, this is Tom Levin. May I ask a question?
Yes.
I had asked earlier today when I got the documentation on this, that there is a state contract awarded to Johnson Controls, and it's not clear to me from the description of that contract in the state listing that what services it encompasses. So I had asked for confirmation that the services that we are contracting for here are services that are within the state contract, and I didn't get a response. I just want to get a confirmation of that.
This is Village Administrator Lobacaro. I went on the actual state contract. I have the line number for the sprinkler head and also the Region 1, Nassau, and Suffolk County labor rates. I was able to confirm that these are services on the state contract.
That's fine. Thank you.
Sorry for the delay in getting that information to you.
No problem. I had delays all day long on my end today, so I can sympathize.
I'll entertain, well, since it is a safety issue and since we know from the fire marshal that those sprinkler heads must be replaced, I should point out that the 4 that were tested did pass the test. But because of that recall from back in 2001, which is 19 years ago, the fire marshal said that the heads should all be replaced. So I don't really think we have any choice. God forbid there's a fire in here, we have to have, I know it's not a Wendy's, but I think we have to be safe and make sure that the sprinkler heads are replaced and working. So I'll entertain a motion. But by the way, Mr. Cinquemani, did you get an idea from them of when, if we approve this tonight, when they'll be able to start and how long it will take for them to complete the work?
Yes. So the longest period of time is going to be the ordering of the heads, because each head has a downpipe that's a different length, and that the whole apparatus gets changed. So once we give them the green light, they order the material, and then there's a 2 to 3 week lead time on getting the material here, and then they should be able to install them all within a week. So if we approve this tonight, by the next meeting, it should be done.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, if all the stars align.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions from the board? This is Mayor Natus. Any other questions from any of the members of the board in connection with this proposal?
Deputy Mayor Scambati, I have a question. I think Peter Cinquemani did a great job in trying to get this to us as quickly as possible, and due to the severity of the work that needs to be done with the sprinkler system, I think we should move forward. But can we ask Mr. Cinquemani that it might be a good idea to get another price to see if Johnson Control is up to snuff on the $26,731. There's 2 or 3 locally that do the same work that are Johnson Control's competitors. That's one out of Hicksville, Siemens. There's one out of Melville, Lake Success, Plainview. That's Honeywell. And there's one, the Bronx, New York City, is Eaton, E-A-T-O-N. So, again, this may not apply, but I think that it may be a suggestion for the building superintendent to get another price to see if we're being charged the correct pricing. Thank you.
This is Mayor Natus. Mr. Cinquemani, even though it's on state contract, what the deputy mayor is saying is that there may be people out there who may be able to do it for less. Is there any particular reason why you're recommending Johnson Control? They did all the measuring, is that right? Does a new company have to come in and check every head?
Correct. So the one issue would be that we would certainly get a higher, my opinion is that we would get a higher price from someone else because of the fact that they would come in and have to remeasure heads. You know, Johnson Controls also, when they called and they told us that when I called them and told them that we had the measurements of all the heads, they tried to push back slightly, saying that they did not come with locations of where the heads were. It was just the measurements. And my argument to them was that they did that job and they produced those numbers. So that was their fault that they don't have the locations. And at the end of the conversation, they agreed and they took the price off, and they're going to have to figure out, you know, which heads go where on their own dime. That being said, you know, if we do get someone else in here, they're going to have to remeasure all the heads and figure it out. So I would have to say that the labor cost is going to be significantly higher just because of that. But if the board would like me to get other pricing, we certainly can. I don't think it's going to be less.
Well, this is Mayor Natus. I think under the circumstances, and because the fire marshal said we should do this as quickly as possible, and I know the efforts that you have to save and obviously you went through the entire file, and with all the measuring and everything, that was the labor cost that we were able to save because they previously did the measurement. So right there is a saving of about $8,200 plus the labor that they took off. So I frankly will go with Mr. Cinquemani's recommendation. And I don't have a problem if the rest of the board doesn't have a problem, especially since it's under state contract and Marianne Lobacaro has checked out on a line-by-line basis and knows that the labor costs and the material costs are in accordance with state contract. So that would satisfy our procurement policy, and at the same time, we would get it done on an expeditious basis, which I think is the most important aspect of it. They've done all the measuring. They're ready to go. I don't know Johnson Controls, but they've been servicing our equipment, I hear. So, Marianne Lobacaro, I'm asking you one question. Have they been prompt when they service our equipment?
Yes. Yes, they have.
Then I certainly, if they've been doing a good job and Peter was able to save us $8,000, I have no problem. I'll make the motion that the sprinkler heads and the quote for the replacement of all the heads at a cost of $26,731.41 pursuant to the attached quote that was circulated. I make the motion that we let the contract to Johnson Controls to take care of this immediately.
Deputy Mayor Dennis Gambatti, I second the mayor's motion.
Marianne Lobacaro, would you please poll the board?
Yes. Mayor Natus?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati?
Aye.
Trustee Lentini? Aye. Trustee Arnold?
Aye.
Trustee Cohen?
Aye.
There are 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstentions. The motion is adopted.
Thank you all. I'm Mr. Levin, this is Mayor Natus. May I inquire as to whether the governor ever signed the proposed law that was passed by the state legislature, which would permit the extensions on the building permits and the zoning and planning approvals? Your memo of May 28th said it was not signed yet.
Right, as of this afternoon, it's not been signed. According to the state legislature's website, it was sent to the governor on June 15th. So he's got, I think, 10 days to act on it.
Okay, then under the circumstances, I really don't think we need executive session, because one of the things we were going to speak about in my mind was, in the executive session, was that item of extensions and how we would handle it, and we needed advice from the village attorney. But it seems to me to be a moot question if the governor has not yet signed it into law.
I agree. It's premature today, and hopefully we'd have a meeting, a resolution by the next meeting. Just so you're aware, that process the state legislature follows, and not just in this case, all the time. After a bill passes both houses, it usually isn't sent to the governor unless the governor requests it, because they want to space them out. If they sent him every bill as soon as it's passed, he wouldn't be able to deal with them within the 10 days. So they string them out, and very often the session can end in June, and September and October and November, they're still sending him bills. But once a bill is sent, they also can call it back. If there's a time problem with it, they can pull it back, and then they can send it to him again to start the clock all over. But absent any of that going on, it's entirely likely that there'll be action one way or the other by the next meeting.
Thank you. Is there anyone else have any new business? Any trustees have any new business?
I have a question, Mayor. I have to ask, village administrator.
That's Deputy Mayor Scambati.
Yeah, Deputy Mayor Dennis Scambati. I have to ask, village administrator, Marianne Lobacaro, on the financials, Marianne, we have the last page is a page that I have never seen before, and that's something with outstanding checks.
Yeah, I guess that was copied in error. So what happens is every month when we get that's just really it's an internal document for me. I'm not sure. It just,
Okay, fine. That's all. Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to be part of the financials.
It was part of the bank reconciliation. It just probably got attached. Sorry,
thanks. Thank you. Thanks, Marianne.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. At least I know you read every page. And I know he reads every page. And there any other new business? If not, we've completed unfinished business. We've completed all of the new business. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this board meeting.
Deputy Mayor Dennis Scambati, I adjourn the meeting this evening, Board of Trustees.
Is there a second?
Trustee Lantini, second.
Trustee Lantini seconds. Village Administrator, would you please poll the board?
Yes, this is Village Administrator Lobacaro. Mayor Natus.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Scambati.
Aye.
Trustee Lantini.
Aye.
Trustee Arnold.
Aye.
Trustee Cohen.
Aye.
There are 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstentions. The motion is adopted.
All right, the meeting is now adjourned. May I again wish you all safety and health, and stay well. And by the way, if any of you come and want to visit Village Hall, you'll see what the staff has done to ensure their own safety and the safety of our village residents. So you're always welcome. Just stay well and socially distance and wash your hands frequently, etc. Thank you all, and to all a good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everyone. Deputy Mayor Scambati.